Hi guys, welcome back to Footy with Wally, a channel where I cover Tottenham mostly because it's the team I watch the most, but also the other big six clubs. I already analysed Tottenham in my last video, so if you want to go and check it out, go and check it out. In this video, I'm going to talk about Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool and City. I'm not going to talk about United because I'm recording this before United's game. At the end of the video, I will talk briefly about some interesting facts regarding this week, like some info about Newcastle, Villa, West Ham, etc. But anyway, let's go to the video. So Liverpool 2, Brighton 0. This game, guys, honestly, this game could have gone anyway because Liverpool could have won, as Liverpool did. They won the game, but Brighton could have scored two goals. I would say 2 goals this game would be very okay regarding, like, considering how they played. Because honestly, Liverpool conceded some chances. Brighton missed some, like, at least one very, very big opportunity. And Liverpool also missed opportunities, like Salah missed an insane opportunity at the end of the game, which did not make much difference, honestly. But anyway, individually speaking, Ekitike scored twice. Salah created a lot of chances, and I really liked Wvoles. Wvoles had a very, very good game, especially defensively speaking, because he helps a lot the team, even when he's not scoring or getting assists, which is his normal playing for Liverpool, honestly, because he hasn't shown the Wvoles that we saw playing for Leverkusen in Germany. But anyway, individually speaking, we saw good things from Liverpool. I still think that the defense needs to show more consistency. But anyway, after the polemic, Salah and Slot, after everything that has been happening, getting win, getting clean sheet at home, playing well, at least offensively, like producing a lot of chances, was very, very important for Liverpool, and is what they did. An improvement is very clear because Liverpool went from losing 3 games in a row to not losing in the last 5 games. 3 wins and 2 draws, which is not bad, honestly. So yeah, as I said, Salah's return, it was actually after Gomez getting injured. 1 assist, 5 chances created, first in the game, but his future seems very uncertain, I would say, even though Van Dijk, the captains, let's say Van Dijk and other important players, seemed to want him to stay at the club. But I don't know, we'll have to see, because I don't know if his personality is of someone that will just reach out to the manager and say, oh, actually, I was wrong, I'm sorry about what I said, let's just move on from that. I don't know if I can imagine Salah doing that. But anyway, regarding Slot, everything is fine now. So let's see. Ekitike, as I said, scored twice, which is very important for him, especially considering that Liverpool still do not have, let's say, Isak, because the guy who is there is like a ghost compared to what Isak, or how Isak was playing in the latest seasons for Newcastle. Like, Isak entered in the second half, and I do not remember him doing anything. It's like, it is very clear that forcing Newcastle to sell him, refusing to train and stuff, was very bad for him in the sense of fitness. And talk about Szoboszlai, again, a very good performance. When he needs to play as an attacker, he plays well. When he needs to play as a right back, as a CM, he usually, I would say, he is the best player for Liverpool in this season. I don't know if I agree with that, because Gravenberch is indeed very good, but I don't know, I would say Szoboszlai is the most reliable player that Liverpool have at the moment. And as I was saying, Wvoles, a good performance, especially defensively. 4 tackles, second in the game. 9 duels won, second in the game. And 16 defensive contributions, first in the game, alongside with Konate. And still talking about offensive players, I would be very curious to see Chiesa being used way more, like playing way more games or having way more minutes. I know the competition for a spot in the team is very hard, but usually when he plays, he creates something, like he contributes to the game. And in this game, the chance I said that Salah missed, like, Chiesa created that. And it's very admirable to say. It's very surprising that he is an offensive player. He does not get many minutes, and he could have shot, but he chose to pass the ball to Salah. Like, he put the team before him, which is very respectable. So Crystal Palace 0, City 3. This game was like, this result, this score, 3-0 City, does not make much sense considering what happens. Like, that is kind of bizarre, but at the same time it makes some sense, because honestly, if you give half a chance to Haaland and Foden, like, they are so good that they can capitalize from small chances. Honestly, I would say that Crystal Palace deserves to score 1 goal in this game. Like, 3-0 was too much, but I do agree that City deserved to win this game. And honestly, even though it was not the best performance of all. Like, it was not an excellent performance. I would say a good performance considering that Crystal Palace are not a weak team. Like, they are good, they are very good. And City still, even facing them away, created enough chances to score 3 goals, even though one was from a penalty. At the end of the day, they scored 3 goals. And now, I don't remember the last time City lost a game. I should check that. Okay, just checked, and it was against Leverkusen at home 2-0 6 games ago. And if I said that, at least offensively speaking, City produced a lot. City had a good offensive game. Defensively speaking, City don't look like City, because City usually defends well because they have the ball, not because they actually defend off the ball, but because they have the ball. And if you don't have the ball, you can't attack them. That's how teams that rely a lot on possession win their games. But anyway, defensively speaking, City don't look good comparing to what they can do. And in my opinion, the fragility that City have derives from mostly from transitions, I would say, because in this game we saw Yeremi Pino from Crystal Palace having a good opportunity after a long ball. Like Mateta, like Crystal Palace exploited a lot long balls, quick transitions and stuff, because that's how you beat City nowadays. Anyway, let's go to my notes. 5 wins in the last 5 matches, scoring 16 goals. That's a lot. That's more than 3 goals per match, which is obviously very good. Excellent start, I would say. First in XG, second in shots on target per match, first in big chances created. Obviously, being first in big chances missed is not good, but at the same time, if you produce a lot, if City were converting the majority of chances they create, they would have 1 billion goals in the league. First in accurate passes per match. Obviously, in case of XG conceded, it is better not to be first, because the more you concede, worse is your defense, obviously. And City are 18th in XG conceded, which is good. And I have wrote there, I've seen this film before, because guys, we know that after December, usually City just become a very, very annoying team. Like, they start winning every game and they win the league, which I believe there is a very reliable chance that this will happen again. And I remember saying that in one of my last videos. I don't remember the last time I talked about City, because I have not been having a lot of time to do my roundups. But anyway, I showed a statistic that basically shows that City in the last 5 Premier Leagues, they were not first after 14 games or 15 games in any, and they won 4 out of 5. So honestly, how they start is not important. The important thing is after December, or from December onwards, we see how they improve, how they lock in, let's say, and start winning every game. Arsenal 2, Wolves 0. And it is so bizarre for me that Arsenal won a game after 2 own goals from Wolves. But anyway, Arsenal did not have a good performance in this game, which surprised me a lot, because I was expecting something like 4-0 Arsenal, especially considering that Wolves have 2 points in 16 matches, guys. Wolves will be relegated. Like, that is very clear. And even though if you look at the momentum map, we have the impression that Arsenal dominated possession, but honestly, creating chances, creating opportunities, I don't think Arsenal were this team in this game. So my notes, surprisingly difficult, struggled to beat a very fragile Wolves, even though in this game they were not so fragile. Like, they defended quite well, but at the same time they were very helped by an uninspired Arsenal. Anyway, fragile Wolves, who to be fair went to the Emirates not to play the game, which in my opinion, considering that Wolves need to win games, I don't know about that. Even though they had a chance in the first half, but other than that, they created nothing. Anyway, my next note, ball to Saka or Rice and let them create something. Like, it was really how I felt watching the game. Like, players were just passing the ball to Saka, especially in the first half. It was basically Saka trying to dribble his marker, and then cross or shot. And I would say in the second half, Rice was very important because he created a chance that he passed to Trossard, who missed. Actually, he didn't miss. He couldn't control the ball. It would have been a very good opportunity. I remember him shooting from outside of the box, and the goalkeeper had to make a very good save. Other than that, I did not see much of Arsenal, offensively speaking. And regarding Gyökeres, he needs to do better, guys, because it's time for him to play of how he played for Sporting in Portugal, even though obviously the Premier League is way, way harder than the Portuguese league. But anyway, he needs to do better, especially now that Gabriel Jesus is back and he scored in the last game. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Gyökeres lost his spot in the first 11 But anyway, at the end of the day, 3 important points to avoid City being first in the Premier League. Arsenal cannot let City be first in the Premier League because obviously considering an Arsenal perspective, they can't let City be first in the Premier League because once they're first, they will not drop many points. So those 3 points were very, very important for Arsenal. But in this game, I believe Chelsea deserved to win. And offensively speaking, guys, honestly, like Neto and Palmer, they're just very good players. So what I wanted to talk about was about Maresca. But before, let me just go through my notes. It was a very important win for Chelsea because, as I said, win plus clean sheet after a winless streak of 4 games was good to give the team more confidence, more momentum. João Pedro, my fellow Brazilian, he needs to do better. Like, he arrived at Chelsea playing very, very well. He just instantly adapted to the team, creating chances, scoring goals. But I don't know. I would say recently he has been, I don't know. I believe a player of his caliber, a player of his quality, he needs to get more assists, more goals, as he was getting when he arrived. I still think he is way better than Delap, but yeah, I would say he needs to do way better. Obviously, considering his recent form. Neto performing well again. In my opinion, he is the best attacker, the best offensive player, let's say, for Chelsea, because honestly, he is very consistent. He used to be inconsistent, but now he seems very consistent. He gets goals, he gets assists, he creates, he dribbles. Like, I believe Neto is very, very underrated. I said this in one of my last videos, or the last time I talked about Chelsea. I don't remember, but I said that Neto is very, very underrated, and I still think that. Obviously, when I say the best, he is the best offensive player for Chelsea, is because Cole Palmer was injured for a long time, but now, as I said, he is back. He scored after Augusto assist. So anyway, that is what I had to say about the game in itself. But also I wanted to comment on Maresca and what he said after the game, because he, as I wrote there, he described the 48 hours before the Everton win as the worst since joining Chelsea. He claimed a lack of support from people, and then like he was asked, okay, but like, what are you talking about? Like, who are those people? And he said it was not related to the fans, what he was saying, which makes me think that it is related to the board and maybe some signings that he wants in this transfer window. But I don't know. We'll have to see what happens in the next matches. Before finishing this video, I have a quick fire to do. I would actually name it as quickies, but I was not, so I thought it might be a little inappropriate to use this double meaning. But anyway, Villa beat West Ham away and kept an insane run of 9 wins in the last 10 games. Guys, Villa are 3rd in the Premier League. They're winning every game, and it's not like luck. They have been playing very well. Unai Emery again showing that he's a very good manager. And regarding West Ham, I really think they won't escape relegation this season. They don't look good, honestly. Even though they have 2 very good players like Paquetá and Bowen. But honestly, guys, West Ham, I think they will be relegated. Anyway, next one. Waterman scored a beautiful goal. Unfortunately for him, he scored against his own team. And Newcastle lost to Sunderland 1-0 away, keeping a bad performance away. Yes, Newcastle really struggled to win games away. And last but not least, because this video is already almost like 30 minutes and I obviously before editing. But anyway, after 3-0 demoralizing defeat against Forest, Spurs accumulated just 22 points in the first 16 Premier League matches, which is the worst performance since season 8-9. And with that sad note, for me, for you, it might be good, I don't know. But anyway, with that interesting note, I shall end this video. If you like the video, please do give it a thumbs up, because why not? And also subscribe if you want. And see you next time. Bye.